where we have to do this. A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere.
A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
Do you see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Keep it 100. Thank you.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
Welcome, everyone, to Columbia City High School. This is Wayne versus New Haven in the Class 4A Sectional Championship. Sectional 21 here at Columbia City. I'm Thad Goff along with Ryan Dellinger. Tyler Sorg is on camera. And these are two teams that are fairly familiar with each other. They played each other in the regular season. New Haven won that one 60-45 over Wayne, and looking forward to what could be a good matchup again tonight.
Yeah, these two teams were fairly even through about three quarters before New Haven took over in the fourth quarter behind Thomas Latham's good game against them. So these two teams are a lot more evenly matched than our game one this evening.
Absolutely. Homestead won that one by 30 points. Now, this Wayne team, they've competed with some quality opponents, including quality opponents from the Northeast 8 Conference, which New Haven is a part of. Had a pretty close game against Leo, but the Lions ended up winning that one. They went on to have a great regular season.
Yeah, absolutely. The Northeast 8's a pretty competitive conference now in both basketball and football. And, from top to bottom in the Northeast 8 this year, they were a pretty solid. Huntington North had a good ending to the season, not an ending 2 nights ago to Homestead, but that's a good quality conference. The Wayne Generals, now I had them early in the season against Blackhawk. You would say, hey, that's going to be just an absolute beatdown. Well, I'll tell you what, Wayne didn't really turn the ball over against them. They just didn't make any shots. And it was you had that feeling it was a closer game than the 25-point spread that it ended up being. But they are competitive at times, and they showed it in the second half. Again, and especially the fourth quarter the other night against Columbia City, where they just turned up the defense, turned them over, scored. Cam Tolles was a beast, had like 22, 23 points in that game. And if he does that again tonight against New Haven, this is going to be one heck of a game.
We got about 2 minutes before this game gets started. Now, we do want to mention something. We mentioned this at halftime of our last game between Southside and Homestead. It's worth mentioning again now that this game's about to start. Both head coaches for this game, Byron Pickens for Wayne and Bruce Stevens for New Haven, are going to be wearing gym shoes, or shall I say sneakers, with their suits, if you will, in honor of Mark Davidson. Mark Davidson battling cancer these days. If I'm not mistaken, he did coach on Tuesday in Blackhawk Christian's sectional game then. I'm not sure if he was able to coach tonight. Maybe we'll find out in the days to come, but Mark Davidson certainly has done a great job for Blackhawk Christian, basically doing it for Coach Davidson and also for Coaches versus Cancer.
Yeah, absolutely. Good cause by these two coaches here. Byron Pickens and Bruce Stevens are both quality individuals, and they teach quality kids as well. And they're doing a tribute tonight to Coach Davidson. I don't think Blackhawk needed him tonight.
Well, Blackhawk did win their game.
They won quite large against Whitco tonight, and they'll move on into the sectional championship. And speaking of sectional championships, we know Carroll has advanced, and Bishop DeWanger has advanced as well.
Bishop DeWanger defeated Concordia tonight, and Carroll defeated Northside. And Northside's given Carroll close games both times they've played the Chargers this year. Now, Bruce Stevens, the head coach at New Haven, he's in his 7th year as the Bulldogs head coach. His first year, they went 8-16, but since then, all winning seasons, including this year, they're 14-7. Byron Pickens, he's in his 2nd year as the head coach here at Wayne. He's done plenty of coaching on the AAU circuit. In fact, he's coached some of the athletes that Mark Davidson is now coaching at Blackhawk Christian. I believe Caleb First was one of them with the Indy Heat. Last year, Pickens was coaching the Indy Heat freshman team. I would imagine he'll either be doing the same this year or maybe coaching one of the other classes this coming AAU circuit.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that. New Haven coming off, they are your defending sectional champions with a big win last year over Homestead. I think we're going to turn it over to the public address announcer, aren't we, Thad?
I believe so. They had the national anthem before the first game. See if they do it before the second. Looks like they're just going to go straight to the starting lineups.
To all teams and their fans to the 2021 Boys IHSAA Basketball Sectional. In the spirit of sportsmanship, we ask that all fans act responsibly and courteously to those around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcome at IHSAA events. Let's support the student athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans the respect they deserve. Your cooperation is appreciated. Please enjoy the game. We ask that all fans please adhere to the mask and social distancing policies. Masks must remain on throughout the contest. Restrooms are located at both east ends of the gymnasium. Finally, please take a moment to know location of an exit nearest you. In the event of an emergency, these exits can be found at all corners of the gymnasium. Tonight's second game features the New Haven Bulldogs and the Fort Wayne Generals. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Principal Anna Murphy, Athletic Director Andrew Wagner, and the New Haven Bulldogs. Non-starters, number 2, Nicholas Miles. Number 10, Joseph Robertson. Number 20, James Rhodes. Number 24, Miles Harris. Number 34, James Hardy. Number 40, Malachi Bird. And number 42, Jeremiah Cottrell. Starting tonight for the Bulldogs, number 1, Jakar Williams. Number 3, DeAndre Wright. Number 4, Jackson Turnwall. And number 12, Darian Brooks. And number 30, Thomas Latham III. New Haven, coached by Mr. Bruce Stevens. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Principal John Hauser, Athletic Director Gary Raber, and the Fort Wayne Generals. Starting tonight for the Generals. Number 2, Jamari Tabb. Number 3, Javon Lewis. Number 4, Jashawn Hargrave. Number 5, Jernard Freeman. And number 10, Cam Tolles. Wayne Generals are booked Mr. Byron Pickens. Officials for the second game tonight are Mr. Bradley Warner, Mr. Michael Wines, and Mr. John Pfeiffer. Good luck to both teams.
So we are ready to start this game between the Wayne Generals and the New Haven Bulldogs. New Haven got the bye in the first round. Wayne, they had a come-from-behind victory against the hosts of this tournament, Columbia City. And that was back on Tuesday night.
Down 13 going into the fourth, and they just went to a full-court press, Thad. And Columbia City could not get out of their own way in the fourth quarter. They turned the ball over, threw it away, traveled, 10-second violations, and next thing you know, it's a 6-point victory by Wayne. And, boy, that was an easy tip there for Thomas Latham.
I was about to say, an uncontested tip that Latham went up and grabbed. And here's Turnwald on the baseline. Got right down low. They feed it to Wright on the baseline. That's a long pass out to Darion Brooks. Brooks got some key minutes last year as a freshman, getting the chance to start this year as a sophomore as Williams couldn't hit the shot. Brooks had the rebound, then got fouled. That's going to be on Cam Tolles. Yep. A senior-heavy starting lineup for the Wayne Generals. The one exception is Javon Lewis, the freshman.
And he is quick, lefty as well.
Now, Michael Redding was the leading scorer on last year's Wayne team. Originally, when he went to college, he did not intend on playing basketball. I don't know if that has changed, but he went to Ball State to pursue a career in dentistry.
Nice.
Turnwald gets away from the double team, gets that one to Darion Brooks. Turnwald off the catch and shoot from the corner. His three, too strong. And that's Jashawn Hargrave, who comes down with the rebound. Williams had the steal, and he loses it. It goes out of bounds.
And I think Hargraves has to get off to a good start tonight against this New Haven team. He was non-existent against Columbia City in the entire game. In fact, I don't even know if he even scored in that game. Maybe only 2 points if he did. And he's got to get going here early. They cannot just rely on Tolles and Lewis.
A little behind-the-back dribble by Lewis. He feeds it inside to Tabb, but Tabb is going to be called for the travel. I was talking to Athletic Director Kelly Licht before the games earlier today, and apparently Columbia City is going to be quite the busy place come springtime when sectionals come around. They're scheduled to host softball sectionals and girls tennis playoffs. It might not be sectionals that they're hosting, but they are scheduled to host playoff tournaments. Now, one of those, I believe, is meant to be hosted by Warsaw. I think it's the softball tournament, but from what I hear, they're having some renovations to their facility.
Yeah, beautiful new gym here at Columbia City. In fact, when I was coming here the other night for the games, I thought, man, I'm going to the wrong spot. I was used to the old gym where I had to sit up in the rafters.
A catch and shoot by Freeman, and that's no good.
Both teams cold here early.
Here's Wright trying to get out ahead of the pack. Couldn't put it home. And Cam Tolles has the board. Will feed over to Lewis. He'll back this one out, get it back out to Tolles. Tolles drives, little shot fake, goes up, but it wouldn't fall. And Williams, the lob up ahead to Wright. Can he finish this time? He does not. Brooks just hoists it up, and then Williams couldn't put it in.
I saw you walk under that basket before the pregame. Did you put a lid on that thing there, Thad?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you if someone put a lid on that thing. I know it wasn't me.
Oh, man. Monte Smith getting some early play time here for Wayne.
Darion Brooks from the corner, no good. Latham couldn't grab the rebound. Tolles ripped it away from him. And here's Freeman in transition. He's fouled. Well, we're going quick up and down the floor, even though we haven't gotten any points scored yet. And Freeman will go to the line. They called that one on Williams. Each team has one foul so far.
Freeman hit a big three on Tuesday night. In fact, it was the three to put him into the lead for good against Columbia City, and it was right here and just to the left of where we're sitting here on the court the way New Haven's going. He right from the wing, a deep three, a line drive, rattled around and went in, and Wayne never looked back there in quarter number 4.
And Freeman able to knock down that second free throw.
Latham.
Thomas Latham back on the other end, and he gets New Haven's first bucket, and they go right into the 2-2-1 press. Freeman using the baseline. Soft pass to Jamari Tab, and they're going to say that Freeman either had a foot out of bounds or did not reestablish himself. Either way, it's New Haven ball.
Yeah, I think they'll go with non-reestablishment on that. Look out. Turnwald open again.
Turnwald's going to fire from the corner and drains a three. And all of a sudden, New Haven with a little run.
Jackson Turnwald usually in a game is good for 2 3-pointers in the first half, and then he gets a little quiet.
Darion Brooks right in front of Tolles, and that's a tough catch by Tab. Tolles off the feed, a little bit too strong off the glass. That's Latham who has the board. And this time they close in on Turnwald. Tipped in the air by Tolles, but a tough catch by Dre Wright, and he puts it home.
DeAndre Wright, too strong on that one, Thad. He's a heck of a football player.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he was one of New Haven's top pass rushers this season.
One of their best line. That's a double dribble.
Tab couldn't finish on the inside, but the putback is good, and that's Monty Smith. It's interesting. Monty Smith actually wears number 1. I thought Brooks stepped across the timeline and back over there.
It's got to be all 3 points, got to go across originally, and then it's got to be the other way.
They get it to Brooks in the zone. One dribble and a shot, and that's no good. Wright gets the board and puts it in. Dre Wright cleaning things up on the offensive glass, and a timeout called by the Wayne Generals. That's going to be their first timeout of the game, and take a look at some of this work on the offensive glass on our Traction AP replay here. Started out with a shot by Brooks. All it took for him was one dribble, and at 6'4", he could rise up over anybody. But it's Dre Wright who cleans things up on the offensive glass.
Dre Wright likes to do a lot of the dirty work underneath for the Bulldogs. And he's got 4 points here early for his team. Only averages about 7 or 8 points a game, so he's well on his way to his average tonight here in this sectional matchup.
More of that 2-2-1 press from the Bulldogs. That's Smith. Lewis off the catch and shoot, and he drains a three. It's the first 3 of the game for Wayne, and Lewis, the freshman, is on the board early. Latham gets it back to Brooks. From the corner, it's Turnwald, no good, and Tab has the rebound.
So far, the game plan by the Wayne Generals has worked to perfection, letting New Haven shoot the three, just 1 of 4 out from outside right now.
They can cut this down to 1 or tie it with a 3. Here's Smith driving inside. Freeman down the lane, feeds it off to Tolles, or rather Tab, and that's going to be traveling. Jaysean Hargrave will check into the game, and it looks like they'll also get Zaire Sullivan. Sullivan wearing 33, Monty Smith wearing number 1. It's not that way in our programs, although having done a couple of Wayne games already this season, I do know that those two's numbers are flip-flopped in the programs.
Yep, it has been all year.
Brooks against the zone defense. Wayne has been consistent with this style of defense for most of the game. There's Latham off the catch and shoot. Comes up a little bit short on the 3 ball, but Brooks is there for the stick back.
He's been on the offensive board. He's been pretty active around the glass so far, and that's good for him. That really gets his game going. Whoa.
Lewis lost his balance as he tried to catch the ball. And it's going to go right back to New Haven.
And a young man who's on my all-name team for the season has checked in for the Bulldogs. That's JoJo Robertson.
Well, Robertson will bring this one across the timeline for New Haven. They get Williams cutting to the outside. New Haven went on kind of a mini run after we had gone on quite a long scoring drought. Williams 3, no good, but Brooks is Johnny on the spot to put it back. That's 4 second chance points for him early in this one as Tolles is able to get across the timeline against that press. No foul call. That was plenty of contact. And I'm not sure Sullivan didn't lower the shoulder into him. That's going to be double dribble. Oh, nope, carry. Either way, it's a turnover, New Haven ball.
New Haven overplaying the passing lanes here early. I thought that was going to be a blocking foul on Williams. And that would have been his second. And Coach Pickens going to the bench.
That's Isaac Folks who's checking into the game.
And Hargraves lasted, 30 seconds?
Hargrave was one of the starters, but, he did get a breather earlier.
He just checked in and only played about half a possession and went right back out.
Here's Robertson with a feed to Brooks. Get it back out to JoJo. Trying to go to work against that zone. Brooks has space, puts up the jumper, no good. Offensive board by Wright, no good that time, but Latham puts it in. The Bulldogs are working hard on that offensive glass.
Yeah, Latham and Brooks being dynamite on the boards along with Wright. Between Brooks and Latham, they've already got 10. Nice look.
Tab wide open, and he puts it home. Much needed bucket for the Generals. They pulled in 7. Williams from the corner. It's it back to Latham. He'll rise and fire, and that's no good. Tab with the rebound. Lewis racing up the floor. Oh, puts it in right past Williams' outstretched arm. And then Brooks back the other way to jam it home. Little 4-point exchange at 17-10 New Haven.
Less than a minute now in this quarter.
Monty Smith against the double team. Feeds Tab back outside to Folks. Folks with a floater, and it's no good. Little one-handed rebound there by Wright. The lob to Brooks and a little touch shot. Darion Brooks hung in the air to put that thing home.
New Haven in transition's been really good this evening, and there's another turnover.
Yeah, Tolles lost it. It's Brooks the other way with 28 seconds to go, and Brooks could not knock it down, and Tolles comes down with the board. Smith trying to beat everybody, loses the ball. They're going to say out off of New Haven.
Ooh.
Yeah, I thought that might have gone off of Smith's knee or something.
I think Tyler Sorger, cameraman, thinks that went off of the team in white as well. Oh, James Rhodes going to come in here late in this first quarter. You know, James Rhodes, academic All-State in basketball, 4-point GPA.
No doubt an excellent achievement when you can go 4.0 in your GPA.
Yeah. They honored him on senior night. Miles Harris also in for New Haven along with Nick Miles.
They get into Cam Tolles. He reached up to grab that thing. Tolles was a wide receiver in his days at Wayne High School. We're down to 10 seconds. Smith double-teamed, puts it up right over the defender, Brooks, and he scores. And Brooks isn't going to get it off in time. That brings us to the end of the first quarter. New Haven up 19-12 over Wayne. Back after this break on SummitCitySports.com.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Welcome back. Start of the second quarter, 19-12 in favor of New Haven. Kind of got off to a slow start there, even though both teams were playing quick up and down the floor, just not getting shots to fall. And then Wayne did get the first point from the free throw line, but then New Haven went on a bit of a run after that.
Yeah, the law firm of Latham, Brooks, and Wright took over on the glass, and that's been the difference in the game, the offensive boards for New Haven here early.
Cam Tolles across the timeline. He looks to drive against Wright. Latham blocks it. Good help side in addition to the block by Latham. And that's going to be a travel on JoJo Robertson as Byron Pickens shows his excitement.
Byron Pickens is always full of energy, isn't he?
No doubt about that.
Yep.
You talk to him, and he's a really nice guy.
He is.
But when he's coaching, he's got plenty of energy.
Very intense.
Tolles across the timeline. Freeman gets inside against two defenders.
Wow.
Brooks got a piece of that. They're going to say he touched it last. He might have got more than just a piece of that, though.
Yeah, he basically got mugged.
Oh, Wayne crowd looking for a foul call there. They didn't get one. It looks like that is the New Haven student section who's here, although it's not nearly as packed as the Homestead student section. That's a 5-second violation. And the Bulldogs take over.
New Haven going to start this quarter without Jakar Williams in the starting lineup, along with Turnwald out as well. So Latham and Brooks will have to turn it up again.
Brooks a little long from beyond the arc. Tolles boards it. Here's Folks. Can he beat the pack? He does. And really the only guy he was trying to beat was Darion Brooks, but he was able to beat him nonetheless.
Yeah, he kind of made the rim a helper on that one.
Wow. Recovered by Wright, and he puts it in. How about the shooter's roll there from down low?
That was just hustle.
We're going to get a foul, I think.
Oh, I don't know about
wait a
that.
second. A little discussion between the officials and the Wayne coaching staff.
Only one coach is allowed to be up.
And usually it's the head coach who's standing up.
Yeah, and a couple of the officials were up, and I think one of our officials there, Mr. Warner, saw it and asked him to please sit down.
7:09 to go here in the second quarter. Tab lofts it to Cam Tolles. Early on, it was a lot of 2-2-1 zone press by New Haven. Haven't seen as much of that so far in the second quarter. That's Tab with the offensive board. Knocked away by Brooks. Out of bounds. New Haven ball. Or is it?
No, that was off of Darion Brooks.
Well, Bruce Stevens was pleading his case.
Always. Coaches got to do that, Thad.
They get it into Tab. That's a long three by Freeman, and he drains it. Jannard Freeman making it rain from NBA range.
And the lead down to 4.
Little lob pass over to Williams. He gets it over to Brooks. Turnwald with a tough catch. Tolles was closing in. Back outside to Jakar Williams, and he was fouled. Nope, offensive foul. He threw out the elbow.
No, 3-second call.
You're right, 3 seconds, and Wayne's going to get it back.
I think he called it on Darion Brooks, actually.
There's more of that 2-2-1 press from New Haven that they've used so consistently tonight. Tolles was looking inside. He had Lewis. Folks off the catch and shoot. High arcing, but it's no good. Freeman down the baseline and a foul. Latham was in the area, so was Brooks. And they get Latham for the foul.
Freeman will go back to the line to shoot 2. He's 1 of 2 from the line. He's a 53% foul shooter on the season.
A little bit too strong on that one. 5:49 to go here in the second quarter. And we've already had a couple of teams advance to their respective sectional championships. Dwenger defeated Concordia earlier tonight. Concordia, they got to a sectional championship in Garrett last year, but will not be going there this year. Carroll, who was one and done in last year's sectional, that will not be the case this year. They defeat Northside. Actually, they got past their first round game as well.
Man, that game, if Leo can win over Angola, that should be a heck of a game with them and Bishop Dwenger. They've already got a loss to Dwenger. Dwenger's got size.
Latham trying to make the catch in the air, and then Williams gets fouled.
Dwenger, the one reason why they're good against the Leo is they have size to match up against DJ Allen and Troyer, and they can run out 4 or 5 guys that are 6'5 plus.
One thing that Bishop Dwenger certainly has going for him, Brendan Lytle, a heck of a guard. He's a 3-sport athlete. He plays, he's a quarterback on the football team for Bishop Dwenger, and he plays baseball for them as well.
Yeah, committed to St. Francis already to play baseball.
And Jason Garrett can say he's coached him in 2 sports.
Yeah.
Both free throws good for Jakar Williams.
I see tonight that Sam Pisa, another player there at Bishop Dwenger, he's committed to the University of St. Francis as of this evening.
Sam Pisa was a key contributor on that team 2 years ago as Turnwald comes up with a loose ball.
All-conference player.
Now, New Haven's baseball team is coached by Dave Bischoff. That's Turnwald from downtown. Jackson Turnwald stretches the lead out to 9, and all of a sudden, New Haven seems to have the momentum back.
Yeah, we wish if you're listening tonight, Dave Bischoff, I hope you get a speedy recovery, young man. Hopefully we'll get to see you on the baseball field this season once again for the Bulldogs. We've got them in game number 2 this year.
That 3-ball no good, and Dave Bischoff has said to me that he's been coaching at New Haven since, and I quote, the Reagan administration, and that basket's going to go for Brooks. Are they going to count it?
We'll see.
Officials getting together. You know Bruce Stevens wants the bucket.
Nope.
Nope, I guess not.
Dave Bischoff, February the 1st, decided to go play basketball at Belmont High School. He's not a spring chicken. Unfortunately, suffered a exercise-induced cardiac arrest.
I believe they did count the basket, meanwhile.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm seeing 28-17 up there on the scoreboard.
The officials look like they're going to talk about it. And Dave Bischoff back working at New Haven in the school, so it's good to see that. Thank goodness for his son and the athletic director out at Belmont.
Absolutely.
Yep. Actually, they did. They counted it.
Yeah, and they got Jamari Tabb for the foul, meanwhile. But Brooks couldn't cash in. Latham right over top for the board, and he puts it in. Thomas Latham does some more work on that offensive glass.
Brooks and Latham both with 8 here in the first half.
A 13-point lead for New Haven. That's their largest of the game.
Whoa.
They get it inside to Smith. No good.
Boy.
Brooks snatched the rebound down.
Wright wanted to steal in the worst way on that one.
Brooks able to get through traffic, couldn't finish. Wright couldn't put it home, gets his own rebound, then has it knocked away. Lewis 1-on-2, blocked by Williams.
He'll have to deal with rejection.
Yeah, Williams is pretty excited about that one.
Be interesting to see Jakar Williams' progress on the football field next year for the Bulldogs. He was their quarterback this year.
He's a dual threat quarterback, as I recall. Oh, another block by Williams. He swats that one out of bounds.
Javon Lewis might have nightmares tonight about Jakar Williams.
Just see that big paw coming up to reject those shots. They get it into Freeman.
That's what happens when 5'8" wants to go up against the much taller Jakar Williams.
3:37 on the clock. That's Lewis from the corner. Got it! And this time, Lewis is able to knock it down.
And he had some words for Mr. Turnwald.
Third time's the charm.
Yeah.
Wright feeds at the top of the key. That's Williams. Turnwald from downtown. That's no good. It's going to be over the back on Darion Brooks.
And you can just see New Haven, they're really working the glass here. Wright and Brooks have made it a big effort to get inside, and they have done quite well. You know when they're getting good looks at that is when they get that pass that's deep on the block, and then they've got guys moving to the bucket, and Wayne doesn't have any answer for it right now.
They get it across the timeline to Tolles. Tolles, of course, along with some of these other Wayne athletes, was part of the Wayne football team, and they would have gotten to play for two different coaches, Sherwood Haydock this year and Derek Moore in the years leading up to this year.
It's good to see Coach Haydock back in the SAC.
Oh, rattling home the jumper is Tolles, and now does Wayne have some momentum? They've got the last 5 points, and a timeout, I believe, by Bruce Stevens. Nope, it's a timeout called by Byron Pickens. As they get a little run together, a full timeout. We will take a quick break and come back after this on SummitCitySports.com.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
2:46 left to go here in the second quarter, and I mentioned earlier Columbia City is going to be a pretty busy place when spring season comes around. They've already hosted sectional soccer this year, and I tell you what, that soccer/football field that they have is it's top notch. Latham fakes the pass, lobs it inside to Williams. His shot a little bit too strong. Rebound ripped down by Wright. Tough catch by Brooks, but he throws it out of bounds.
Once again, you put that lid back on there.
I haven't been down there since the game started. But speaking of nice football fields, New Haven certainly has one of those.
Excellent. Great place to do a game from to announce. Big, huge press box.
Tolles feeds that one over to Smith. Smith gets to the paint. Off the mark, and Williams is able to grab the rebound for the Bulldogs. A catch and shoot from the corner. That's JoJo Robertson who hits the three. A 5'8" sophomore guard getting on the board for the first time in this one. And there's Tolles, slows it down, feeds it back out to Fulks. That's knocked away by Williams. Can he catch up to it? He does. Williams trying to get to the bucket. Counted and a foul. Well, just when it seemed like Wayne had the momentum going, now New Haven steals that momentum right back.
Shakar Williams was looking for the contact too, Thad. You see that? As soon as he went to the rim, he knew that Folks was going to run into him, and he's just too strong. And the lead right back to 13.
Wayne had scored 5 straight points. Now New Haven scored 5 straight. He'll stay that way, but maybe more. Brooks gets the offensive board. And is that an offensive foul? Nope, he walked.
Byron Pickens is certainly going to address the rebounding problems in the first half, probably at halftime. He's not going, I mean, he is using some subs, but he's not going deep to the bench. And we haven't seen Hargraves hardly at all here in the second quarter.
I don't think anybody's in any significant foul trouble. New Haven's committed 3. Wayne has committed 4. I don't think anybody got in the bonus in our first game. Not in the first half, at least.
No, not even close.
Southside came close to getting in the bonus. Freeman poked away from behind, but Tolles recovers. Well, turnaround shot by Tab. He gets his own miss and then gets fouled on the offensive glass. With 1:08 to go, Jamari Tab is heading to the charity stripe.
That's on Brooks, his second foul here in this half.
Tab is able to knock down the first one. Second one, no good, and Williams is able to snatch that one away.
Oh, good pick. Almost picked his pocket, did Tolles.
That's poked away by Freeman into the hands of Tab. His pass goes too far, but Folks is there. Folks' shot contested by Latham. They fake Latham into the air, and third time's the charm. Down to a 10-point lead with 36 seconds to go. New Haven can milk the clock all the way down here if they choose to. This is Nick Miles. Feeds it off to Williams. No need to milk the clock there. They get the quick bucket.
6 for Williams now with 25 seconds to go here in the first half.
22 seconds now, and this is Tolles across the timeline as Coach Pickens gets the play out to him. And it looks like Wayne will hold for the final shot of the first half. As Tolles continues to dribble it out. We're down to 5 seconds. Tolles gets it to Tab. 1 second on the clock. Folks, did he get it off? Got the basket. They're going to count it. Oh, that was close.
Did you get that capture that on a replay there?
Just did.
Did you? You might want to take a look at that one.
You're right. I think that will be worth a good look. We'll take a quick look at this. This one was awful close. But they do give the basket to Isaac Folks.
Yeah, it looks like it was good.
Yeah, it looked like he got off by maybe just a hair of a second there. But we are at halftime here on SummitCitySports.com here at Columbia City High School. And we'll go ahead and get in a few words from our sponsors before we go any further here on Summit City Sports. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260Sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, and reliable. Tom Steel Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you to find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services such as brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. It was a game that started off with not a whole lot of scoring, but now New Haven leads at 37-27. We'll be back after this break. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
We're back here at halftime, 37-27, New Haven with the lead over the Wayne Generals. A quick word from our sponsors before we go any further here on SummitCitySports.com. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions and enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. You're invited to join ProFed Credit Union, where we get to know you to better serve you. Sign up online in 5 minutes or stop by a branch. Join ProFed today and start owning your financial future at profedcu.org. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Well, might be a good time to read off the first half statistics for us.
Yeah, first for the Wayne Generals, they're shooting 2 of 6 from the foul line. Jamari Tab with 3. They got 4 from Jannard Freeman. Cam Tolles with 4. Isaac Folks with 4. Javon Lewis with 8, leading all scorers. And Monte Smith with 4 for the Wayne Generals. For New Haven, they're 2 of 4 from the foul line. Jakar Williams with 6 points. 6 from Dre Wright. 6 from Turnwald. 3 from JoJo Robertson, a team-high 10 by Darion Brooks in the first half. And it's Thomas Latham with 8 for the Bulldogs. Obviously, the winner of this one off to the championship tomorrow night at 7:30. I confirmed it.
Oh, so you did?
Yep, 7:30 is the start time for tomorrow night's game here at Columbia City. And the winner of this will take on a red-hot Homestead team. Just think, Homestead, if they win this sectional, could potentially play Carmel.
What a fun matchup that will be. Carmel was ranked number 2 in Class 4A earlier this season. I know they were ranked there when they went up to Carroll and knocked off the Chargers.
Yeah, so they could potentially play Carroll, and then if they have to play Carmel. If they beat Carmel, they could potentially have to play Lawrence North, and that would be I think they're number 3. Well, they've been in that 2-3 range all year. In fact, they were up to number 1 for a while. But we already know number 4 Cathedral's gone. They were beaten in the first round by Lawrence North. Lawrence North playing tonight against Warren Central. So some big-time games. That's the group of death down there in that sectional for Lawrence North. So, but, Homestead's got to take care of business tomorrow. The championship game the last 2 years has not been kind to Homestead.
Yeah, losing to Huntington North and last year to New Haven. New Haven has a chance to upset Homestead all over again, but they got to finish the deal tonight. And if anybody knows anything about not finishing the deal against Wayne, it's Columbia City. That's who Wayne beat in the first round to get to this semifinal round.
Yeah, Columbia City with a 13-point lead in the second half, and it came down to who really wanted the ball. And it was Wayne more than it was Columbia City down the stretch. Columbia City did not hit their free throws late, and Jannard Freeman had a great a deep shot to put them ahead. Cam Tolles scored about 22 points. They're going to need that effort here in the second half to get back into this game against New Haven.
Well, this game started off as a very low-scoring, or really more of a no-scoring game in the first couple minutes, but Wayne got on the board first, and then New Haven went on a bit of a run, and they've had the momentum for most of the night, even though Wayne's made plenty of nice plays and nice effort to keep in this game. New Haven has stretched it out to 13 at the most. The lead, of course, is 10 right now.
Trying to look around here. We know tonight Bishop Dwenger over Concordia 66-57. And it looked like Campbell off the bench tonight led the all scorers in that game with 16 for Bishop Dwenger, Sam Campbell.
Sam Campbell, I believe, is, forget if he's a sophomore or a junior.
Yeah, and we know right now at halftime up at East Noble, it is Snyder leading East Noble 39-30 in that one. The winner of that game will take on Carroll tomorrow night at 7:30 up at East Noble.
Well, Jeremy Roush has a very young team over there at Snyder, but he's had a number of guys who were not starters last year but got good minutes off the bench, step into those starting roles and really take advantage of those roles.
Yeah, absolutely. So Carson Jenkins, a heck of a player over there. You know, Cadell Wallace that was playing for Southside earlier was built like Carson Jenkins. Well, Carson Jenkins was built like Cadell Wallace 3 years ago. And now look at Carson Jenkins. He's a full-grown man on the court.
Absolutely. He can knock him down from the outside. There's a lot of things he can do. One thing I've seen him do firsthand is knock him down from the outside.
He gets in the gym, he's open. He's like Luke Goody and Fletcher Lawyer. As soon as they walk in the gym, they think they're open.
The word from some of our sponsors that allow us to come out and do these games that we get to do. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Our players are equipped with elite level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business, a system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com for more information. El Azteca Mexican Restaurant has been a Fort Wayne favorite since 1973. El Azteca Mexican recipes are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Visit ElAztecaRestaurant.com for more. iCryo specializes in whole-body cryotherapy, body sculpting, cryofacials, infrared sauna, and compression therapy services. Check out Jalen Smith's signature location on Coliseum Boulevard by Blaze Pizza. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Our specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians in the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. No referral is needed, saving you time and money. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more.
I got a good one for you, Thad. I mentioned Lawrence North is playing Warren Central tonight. You think there's some athletes in this game, okay? Indiana commit C.J. Gunn, going to play basketball at IU. Louisville commit Tay Davis, going to play at Louisville. Butler signee DJ Hughes, and IU quarterback signee as well, Donovan McCulley, all in a loaded semifinal out at Arsenal Tech tonight.
IU, obviously, they're known as a basketball school, but if Tom Allen can sign a good quarterback, he's already building a really good program at Indiana. But if he can sign a good quarterback, it's just all the more benefit for that program.
Wow, what a semifinal that game's got to be down there at Arsenal Tech. I think everybody in that Metropolitan Conference this year went above 500. It's an amazing conference.
New Haven's going to start with the basketball. They're up by 10 and trying to prevent a similar fate that befell Columbia City just 3 nights ago.
Looks like both teams going to go back to their original starting lineups, too, and Hargraves will get a start here in the second half. Whoa, right to Latham.
Latham along the block, goes for the hook shot, wouldn't fall. And that's Hargrave across the timeline. Lewis using the baseline, and he's fouled. Javon Lewis working that baseline, gets himself a trip to the free throw line as Wayne tries to get back into this game.
Foul was on Jackson Turnwald.
Lewis drains that first free throw. And he goes 2 for 2. They get it into Brooks, and he had to get it right back to Williams because he was falling out of bounds. Williams loses his footing. Tolles has the ball. trying to get to the bucket. He
Wow.
scores!
Great play by Cam Tolles. And here comes Wayne. They trail by 6.
Scored the first 4 points of this second half as Latham. That could easily have been a blocking foul, or an offensive foul, excuse me, but I don't see any signal for one.
It was on Tab.
It's the first foul against Wayne, and I tell you what, it looked to me like Latham lowered the shoulder right into him.
Yeah, and Tab now with 3 personal fouls.
They get into Brooks just across the timeline. Freeman comes out to guard him. Trying to get by Freeman, loses the ball, and that's Tolles with a takeaway. Can he finish? It's poked away, and Tolles, they're going to say he stepped out while touching the ball.
Yeah, his sneaker was on the black, right on that end line. Byron Pickens going to go to the bench here and bring in Zaire Sullivan again.
Again, Sullivan wears the number 33. Monty Smith wears the number 1, even though their jerseys are flip-flopped on the roster.
Byron Pickens a good motivator at halftime. Every time his team comes out really tough in the second half.
Wayne has outscored New Haven 4-0 so far here in the second half.
And our young lady sitting over there will have nothing to do with that basketball. Just see her. Just maybe basketball's not going to be her sport.
Williams gets it into Latham. He'll get it across the timeline. Latham gets into the paint.
He better get out of there.
Did feed it back outside to Turnwald. Oh, tough catch by Williams, but he turns it over. Lewis across the timeline, little behind the back dribble. His jumper won't fall.
It wouldn't shock me if Bruce Stevens brings JoJo Robertson. Yep, he's standing right there at the score table. I just saw him bring him in to try to control the offense once again.
Wright couldn't finish, but a foul is called. It's going to go against the Generals. They call it on Hargrave. DeAndre Wright trying to get New Haven's first points of the second half. And he gets the first one to fall. And there is JoJo Robertson into the game.
He did a good job of controlling pace there in that second quarter for the Bulldogs, and it's good to see him right back out on the court. Just a sophomore.
Both free throws good for Dre Wright. And Tolles will bring this one across the timeline. Gets a high screen. That's Sullivan. Freeman off the fake shot. Spins away from Brooks and gets fouled. Both Brooks and Williams were in the area.
That's on Brooks. That's going to be his third.
It's on Brooks indeed. Darion Brooks called for the foul, and that's the second team foul against New Haven this second half.
We'll see if Jackson Turnwald comes right back to the score table.
There's nobody there yet, but Freeman unable to knock down that free throw.
I think if both of the defenders there just would have gone straight up, there wouldn't have been no call, but both of them put their arms down and made it easy for the official.
1 for 2 goes Freeman. Robertson gets past Tolles. Feeds it inside. Freeman there to take it away. Freeman trying to get by multiple defenders. He could not finish. Jakar Williams wanted to fire that thing down the court.
Yeah, he was looking for Brooks.
He's got Latham inside. Instead goes outside to Wright. Now he gets it to Latham, but it's knocked away from behind, and then Hargrave's going to be called for the foul from behind.
It was really a bad pass by Williams trying to get it in there to the big fellow Latham.
It's going to go as the third team foul against the Generals. Latham off the fake, and right around comes Tolles, and now he's called for the foul. It's back-to-back fouls on the Generals. Bulldogs have not scored from the field in this second half. Just a couple of free throws so far. That's knocked away.
That's off of Brooks. No, they're going to say not, Thad.
Yeah, they say that Freeman touched it last.
Wow.
This is a long possession for New Haven.
New Haven sloppy here to get going here in the second half.
Inbound to Dre Wright. Got Latham up waiting to set the screen for him, but instead Wright is well away from it, and Wright gets to the basket.
And he's into double figures with 10 now.
Toll slows it down. Pull-up jumper. He got Williams in the air, and it wouldn't fall. Brooks able to grab the rebound. He's still in with those 3 fouls, and that was close to being an offensive foul there, but I think they're going to get Sullivan instead.
Wow, the team fouls really racking up quickly here against Wayne. They've already got a 5 in this third quarter, and we still got 5:29 to play.
Well, Sullivan will check out of the game. Monty Smith has come in. And now they're going to get another sub into the game. That's Nick Miles. Wayne sets up with the full court pressure.
This is where they did their damage against Columbia City in the fourth quarter.
Miles, the floater, no good. Latham able to put it back. And there's the first made field goal of the half for the Bulldogs. Smith looking for the blow-by. No. Board is ripped down by Nick Miles. He gets it across the timeline. Robertson, the floater, a little bit too strong. Freeman there for the rebound, and he walked right after he grabbed it. Dre Wright will put it in play for the Bulldogs. 43-32 in favor of New Haven. Latham makes the catch. Gets into the paint. Goes for the hook shot. Too strong. And the rebound pulled down by Monty Smith. Hargrave across the timeline. Tolles was thinking about a 3. Instead, now drives to the basket, and that's going to be a foul on the drive. Looked like it was before the shot was taken. And they're going to get Joseph Robertson for that one.
This half hasn't had really much good flow yet, has it?
No, not really. They get it into Tolles. He'll bring it back outside. Tolles leaning in, and he gets fouled. Dre Wright was in the area. I think they'll get him for the foul. And they do.
We're going to have a lot of free throws in the fourth quarter.
We're up to 9 total fouls, 5 against New Haven, and I believe that should be 5 against Wayne and 4 against New Haven. Well, I guess not. It's 5 against New Haven, 4 against Wayne, as that free throw is good by Tolles. Second one rattles home, and it's back to a single-digit game. Pass is tipped. Tolles has it. Feeds it off. Lewis, no good. Freeman with the rebound. Count it, and a foul. Jannard Freeman working hard on the glass. And now a sub will come in. That's Turnwald. Oh, we're going to get a timeout first. Jackson Turnwald will come into the game, but in the meantime, we've got a full timeout. We'll be back after this quick break here on SummitCitySports.com.
Sports Club, Fort Wayne's premier multi-sport facility and home to Empowered Volleyball Academy. With the deepest and most experienced coaching staff in the region, we've had a 100% college recruiting success rate for the last 6 years. Be sure to register for upcoming tryouts at our regular location and our new satellite program, Empowered OVC. If you're looking for a place where you can not only play volleyball, but call home, look no further than Empowered.
(43-36), New Haven with the lead. We are in the third quarter, 4:29 to go. It's a game where New Haven seemed to have the momentum early on, but Wayne has outscored New Haven so far here in the second half.
Yeah, Wayne has just taken New Haven out of their game. This defense they've employed here, the full court pressure has really slowed up New Haven. It's made it an ugly game here in the second half, and that's what Wayne wants to do. This is exactly what they did to Columbia City on Tuesday night. And Freeman at the line to try to cut into this lead even more and make it a 2-possession game. Freeman's line drive free throw, no good. Williams with the rebound.
There, Robinson against the full court pressure, and then Williams gets it across the timeline. Little baseline drive by Wright, and his shot no good, but tipped in by Thomas Latham.
Wayne just 6 of 13 from the foul line.
Big bucket there for Latham, only the second made field goal of the half for New Haven. I believe Latham's made both of them. Freeman comes up short on that three. Tolles with a rebound, feeds it back outside to Hargrave. Smith slows it down. Tolles was thinking about firing, instead feeds it off to Smith. And then Smith gets fouled in the act of shooting.
I believe that's on Wright.
Certainly looked like it was in the act of shooting, and now they're going to say not in the act of shooting.
Really? Oh, he can't do that. That's a travel.
Yeah, you can only do that off a made basket. Full court pressure. New Haven going to get across the timeline against it. Feed out to Robinson. He drives. Late feed to Latham. It is just his half here in the third quarter. In the second half, I should say. Hargrave with Latham on him. Feeds it back outside to Tolles. Hargrave's going to fire a three. That's off the mark. And it comes right back out to Freeman. Another three by Hargrave. That one comes up short, and Robertson, the smallest guy on the floor, gets the rebound. Actually, that might be a toss-up between him and Javon Lewis as Wright gets the basket. That's an offense. Nope, I think that's on the shot.
I think they counted the bucket.
You're right, they did. I thought initially they might get him for an offensive foul.
Monte Smith with this second personal, and both teams in the bonus the rest of the game.
It's the sixth team foul against Wayne. And the free throw is good.
Dre Wright, perfect from the foul line tonight.
A 12-point lead for New Haven. Their largest lead has been 13. And that bucket for Dre Wright, I believe, was the first made shot from the field for New Haven by somebody other than Thomas Latham.
You are correct.
Monty Smith with Robertson on him. Nearly taken away by Williams. Tab, he went up and down. That's a travel. Wayne continues to bring the full court press, and New Haven again able to beat the press. Slowing down here is Wright. He's got Williams down low, but would have had a tough angle to get it to him. Latham will back it out with Tab on him.
I'm shocked Latham didn't shoot the three. He likes to shoot them out there. Wow.
Latham with the blow-by. He scores.
And he's got 16 now.
He's really lighting it up this third quarter. Here's Tolles down the lane. Latham blocks that one.
Latham all over the place here in quarter number 3.
Folks looking to put it in play. He throws it long. That's headed out of bounds. Tolles stepped out. And even had he not stepped out, that would have been a steal and probably a bucket for Dre Wright.
Yeah, he was ready to go, wasn't he?
He sure was.
Yeah. Looked like he picked up a loose ball in football and was headed the other way to score a touchdown.
JoJo Robertson off the inbound. He's picked up by Folks. Latham 1-on-3. And Latham spins around and scores. How on earth did he do that?
Well, he knew Tab couldn't body him up because Tab's got 3 fouls.
What a half for Thomas Latham. And nobody is doubting Thomas tonight.
And he's got 10 in this half.
I think that was Turnwald who got called for the foul there. Nope, it's Jakar Williams.
I thought that was Turnwald as well. 1-and-1 coming.
That's the 7th team foul against New Haven. This 16-point lead is the largest the lead has been, or 18-point lead is the largest the lead has been for New Haven. But a huge free throw there by Freeman as he tries to help Wayne get back in this game. I believe they were down, what, was it 13 points against Columbia City on Tuesday?
Yep, right about this point of the game is where it was at.
A minute 26 to go, and Freeman able to knock down both free throws down to a 16-point game. That's Robertson getting across the timeline. Tries to get by Folks. He does. Draws some contact, and Robertson's going to the line.
And Tab's going to pick up his 4th foul.
Well, that is the 7th team foul on Wayne, but it looked like it was in the act of shooting, and it was. So JoJo Robertson's going to shoot 2.
Oh.
His free throw rims out. Zaire Sullivan comes into the game for the Generals.
This quarter seems like it's taken forever.
We've got a minute 18 left to go here in the third quarter, and with all the fouls, it's really not a surprise that it seemed that it's taken so long. Robertson goes 1 for 2 here. Each team has now gotten into the bonus here in the third quarter. I don't believe either team got into the bonus in the first half. Freeman gets it out to Folks. Smith, the floater, too strong, and Latham has the board. There he is again.
He's really asserted himself here in the second half. And we've got less than a minute to play here in the third quarter.
New Haven can hold for the final shot here. You don't have a shot clock in Indiana high school basketball. They don't have a shot clock in high school, and I don't believe they have a shot clock in AAU either. Wright gets around the defender, gets to the bucket, and scores. Dre Wright
with 15. He's doubled his season average tonight. Amazing what happens to seniors on in sectional play. They come to play.
Left-handed shot wouldn't fall, and there's Williams for the rebound down to 15 seconds. And now, once again, New Haven can hold for the shot, and it looks like Wright is going to dribble out some time. He's got 7 seconds. Now Wright goes to work, feeds it to Latham, and
boy.
Latham couldn't get it to go. Looked like he was going to tip that thing in. That's a desperation heave that comes up short by Cam Tolles, and that takes us to the fourth quarter. It's a 19-point lead for New Haven. Back for the start of the fourth quarter after this on SummitCitySports.com. Start of the fourth quarter here at Columbia City. And New Haven leads Wayne 57-38. It was a third quarter that featured a lot of fouls, 14 in all, and there's Javon Lewis from downtown. As he tries to help Wayne get back into this game. They came back from double figures against Columbia City Tuesday night, but they didn't face a 19-point deficit in that game, I don't think. Turnwald's three comes up short. That's Fultz with the rebound, and now Wayne with a chance at back-to-back buckets. It's Lewis again from the corner, but not this time. Latham with a long pass, the baseball pass to Robertson, blocked by Tolles.
Wow.
Freeman loses the ball. Latham's going to recover, and he dribbled it out of bounds. He must have thought that one of his teammates touched the basketball.
They just could not get control of it. And Darian Brooks going to come back in and replace Jackson Turnwald.
Well, Brooks is playing with 3 fouls. He comes in with 7:21 left to go. There's Hargrave looking to put it in play. That's a long pass, and it finds its way to Cam Tolles. Had a heck of a block there on the other end.
That's going to
be
short.
Tolles comes up short on the 3. Latham with the rebound. Robertson across the timeline, lofts it inside for Darian Brooks. Looking to go to work. His shot was short. Kept in play, but that's Tolles who comes up with it. Tolles the sidestep and puts it in. Well, Wayne has scored the last 5 points. They've still got a ways to go to get back in this game. But a good start to the fourth quarter for the Generals.
Cam Tolles all over the court.
Lewis almost got a steal there, and now it is a turnover into the hands of Zaire Sullivan. Freeman across the timeline feeds it over to Lewis. The floater, no good. Brooks lofts it up the floor. Williams has it, blocked by Hargrave. And then Hargrave is holding his left knee as he lays down on the floor. They called a foul, it looks like. And now the trainer's out to look at Hargrave. And while that happens, we'll take this injury timeout here on Summit City Sports.
About the place that it put us, and the quarantine hit, and we knew we had guys that were going to work hard at home, but just the idea that we could get a lot of them together working hard at a location with people that know what they're doing was really beneficial. And I think that training did a great job for those guys to kind of get the ball rolling for them, and they came back in the end of June, early July, and it's like they hadn't missed a beat. They were flexible, they were fast, and ready to lift and run and start playing football, so it was a huge benefit for us.
To gain an edge on your competition, it starts with a free one-on-one performance assessment. Call 260-266-4007. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in.
Well, the trainers are looking at Jayshawn Hargrave over there on the baseline. He was holding his left knee, and that is what they are stretching out right now. So certainly hope that that he's okay. 6:24 in the game. They did call a foul on Hargrave on that possession, but right now the big concern is just how healthy, if at all, is that knee, and his trainer and his coach will help him up off the floor. Now they're going to get some additional help.
Some taller help.
Well, I've seen this kind of scene before. I won't say where I've seen it. I I don't believe in jinxes or anything like that, but I'm still not going to say where I've seen it because we don't know what's going to happen with Jay Sean Hargrave here. Certainly wish him the best.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jakar Williams is going to shoot 2.
Comes up short on the first one. It took a while before New Haven got a basket there in that third quarter. But then Thomas Latham absolutely went off as Williams is able to hit the second one.
Yeah, Latham. This fourth quarter is starting off just like the third quarter did for Wayne. They got in it quickly, and then New Haven figured it out once they put JoJo Robertson in the game.
Freeman using the baseline. Latham there with the help side, and it's taken away. Brooks ends up with the steal in the end. Latham also got a hand on it, and then Williams has to feed it outside to Brooks. Brooks throws up a wild one off the glass. And here's Freeman back the other way. Blocked by Latham, but a foul is called on Robertson. Latham had the block. Nothing wrong that he did. But the foul on Robinson is going to lead to free throws.
Latham might have been a good volleyball player.
With a rejection like that.
Yeah, he can get up.
Did you get to do any New Haven volleyball games?
I did not. They were better this year than they had been in years past. At least I believe I did not. I think we had them on the schedule and it got canceled. Their girls' basketball team much improved this year.
Yeah, Myquisha Brighton, the head coach there. As Latham gets inside, finishes with the left hand. Tolles the step-back jumper right over right. Couldn't get it to fall, and that's going to stay with the Generals.
Off of the fingertips of big Jakar Williams.
Cam Tolles will put it in play. Lewis from the corner for 3, and it's good. Is it too early to say this kid looks like he's got a bright future?
Not at all. He's got 16 in the game.
Lewis is a freshman and he's had some games where he started, some where he's come off the bench, but he's put in good minutes just about every time. But speaking of good minutes, that's Thomas Latham getting to the basket.
He's just abusing the bigs of Wayne here in this game.
Tolles, a couple of dribbles. He's picked up by Dre Wright. Gets into the paint. Blocked by
goodness.
Williams before he could even get it off. And then a foul is going to be called on the loose ball. It looks like it's going on New Haven.
Robertson.
Yep, JoJo Robertson called for the foul. 9th foul. Excuse me, that's the 9th team foul against New Haven.
This will be Wayne's 18th foul shot in this game.
It's going to be Zaire Sullivan heading to the line. His free throw no good, but Tab grabs the board, has it knocked away, and then Tab comes up with a loose ball. One dribble by Sullivan, but he traveled.
You can do that in the NBA. You cannot do that here in high school. Did I see where LeBron James took like 5 steps to the bucket this past week? It was good.
Probably might have taken more than that.
Yeah.
But the big debate in the NBA is who travels more, LeBron James or James Harden?
I'm going to go with, well, we know who flops more, LeBron James, so I haven't had a good flopper this year.
Feed over to Thomas Latham. We got 4.5 to play here in this fourth quarter. Latham trying to get by Tab. He backs it out. Tab is going to be called for the foul.
And that'll be it for Tab.
Yeah, he's fouled out of the game. 4:22 to go in regulation. Monty Smith will check into the game for the Generals. And the winner of this game moves on to the championship game to play Homestead. That'll be tomorrow night. And hey, you did get the confirmation earlier, Ryan, 7:30.
7:30. And it could, if this score holds right here, it'll be a rematch of last year's sectional championship where New Haven was victorious.
It was over at Huntington North High School. Of course, I believe Huntington North is also in the Northeast 8 Conference, just like Columbia City is, as Latham able to knock down that free throw. New Haven also in the Northeast 8 Conference.
Yeah, JoJo Robertson better be careful running up there.
We got 4:22 to go in this fourth quarter. And Latham goes 2 for 2. They get it across the timeline to Jannard Freeman, and Freeman was fouled. Well, that'll put Wayne in the double bonus.
Yeah, and Robertson now with 4.
That's the 10th team foul against New Haven. And Jannard Freeman will head to the line, trying to keep Wayne in this ball game, trying to help get Wayne back in this ball game, and shot that one on a line, but it wouldn't go. Nick Miles checks into the game, the 5'11 junior guard. Could not get that one to fall. Leaping up to grab the board is Dre Wright. Or check that was Williams, I beg your pardon. Latham, one dribble to the cup, got it.
He's got 26. That he's been unstoppable.
Lewis looking for the blow-by. He slows it down. Poked away from him. Brooks has it. And has it ripped away by Tolles. Contested on the way to the glass, and that's a foul. They get Nick Miles for that one. .352 left to play in regulation. It's the 11th team foul on New Haven. Wayne will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. And Tolles' free throw is good. Isaac Folks will enter for the Generals. And Tolles' free throw is good. He goes 2 for 2. Still got time for Wayne to come back in this one, but they got a long way to go. Miles gets past multiple defenders, kicks it back out off his fingertips out to Dre Wright. Latham holding on to the ball, and now he's forced to dribble around. And a timeout has been called by Bruce Stevens. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take one along with him here on SummitCitySports.com.
There are tons of benefits to using compression therapy, but my favorite are speeding up muscle recovery, reducing swelling and inflammation, and improving my athletic performance.
.329 on the clock. They inbound it to JoJo Robertson. Smith is getting a little stingy there, looking at a steal. Didn't get one. Robertson feeds that one over to Brooks. Wide open is Wright, and he puts it in. Could you ask for a better look than that?
Not at all. Dre Wright with 18. Another assist for Brooks.
And that's going to be a foul on Dre Wright on the other end of the floor. And
Cam Tolles took it right in the mouth.
He did, and he looks like he's in some pain. He'd be the one to shoot these free throws. He is going to go back to the line and take the shots. Remember, Wayne is in the double bonus, so they'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way, except on offensive fouls. But Tolles does hit the first one. They lob it into Brooks. He'll get it across the timeline. About 3 minutes to go. Latham is fat. Nope, he traveled. So now a chance for Wayne to score on back-to-back possessions. Tolles will bring it across the timeline, gets a screen from Sullivan. Zips it to Folks. Folks with a high arcing jump shot knocks it down.
Folks with 6, and does Wayne have one last run in him with 2:40 to play?
They're going to have to do it quick as Latham calls for it on the interior. Wright feeds it outside, gets it back. And New Haven looks like they're content to let some time tick off the clock. And then there's a foul on Folks. That'll be the 10th team foul on Wayne, and now the Bulldogs will be shooting 2 free throws the rest of the way. It's Folks' first. The fouls have really piled up here in the second half.
Had 39 foul shots between the two teams.
And I don't think either team got into the bonus in the first half. First game, I don't think anybody got in the bonus for the whole game.
No, not at all.
First game, of course, was Homestead against Southside. The Spartans won that one, and they'll be in the sectional championship. New Haven trying to punch their ticket. They'll call everybody away from the free throw line here. Or away from the paint, I should say. But Robertson goes 2 for 2. They don't need rebounders. It's not on that sequence, they didn't. Swatted away, and Wright has it. And he will wait for Latham, and Latham comes across the timeline to get it. Latham trying to take some time off. Smith wanted the steal, but he gets called for the foul. It's interesting, over on the scorer's table, we've got some interesting little...
From the office.
Whether you want to call them memes, if you will. You had Steve Carell with a little cringe there.
Yep.
We had the Minions earlier today, too, as Latham knocks down the first free throw. He goes 2 for 2.
And he's got 28 in the game.
2 minutes to go in this one as New Haven is looking to punch their ticket to a sectional championship. Lewis from downtown, he keeps knocking them down.
Young man with 19 tonight.
Robertson across the timeline. The floater in the paint, too strong. Tipped up by Williams, wouldn't go. Racing down the floor is Freeman. A little sidestep, and he puts it home. Down to a 13-point game. Williams going to try to get to the bucket, and he jams it home. A transition jam for Jakar Williams. A fake shot. That's Tolles. Couldn't get it to fall. Ripped away by Lewis after Robertson got the board, and Lewis scores. And whistles will blow, and Wayne will get some subs into the game.
Substitution. Timeout. Control Mike Simpson, 25. Keyshawn Controls.
Well, they got Marcus Cooper checking into the game as one of those subs. Also Mike Simpson.
Didn't see Donnie Moore play at all tonight either.
He's one guy who usually gets some good minutes.
Yeah. That's James Rhodes with the ball.
And New Haven got a number of their subs in, including Miles Harris. Rhodes couldn't get that one to fall. Harris had the rebound. Lewis lobs it up the floor for Simpson, and Simpson's shot is good. Well, the backups just got it to an 11-point game, even though they only have 2 points since entering the game. We've got 47 seconds to play.
There's a wide-open Malachi Bird underneath the bucket.
Taken away by Mike Simpson. Simpson racing down the floor, loses the ball, and taken away there by James Hardy. Rhodes across the timeline, waits for the screen. That's Hardy who comes out and sets one. Rhodes takes some contact, throws up a wild one, and that's no good. But Hardy able to put it in, and he gets fouled in the process. 20.7 left to play, and now it looks like New Haven is going to punch their ticket to a sectional championship game tomorrow night. New Haven versus Homestead round 2. as Hardy completes the three-point play. Zaire Sullivan called for the foul. A long three by Lewis. That one comes up short. Offensive board by Sullivan. Down to 10 seconds. Picked up by Malachi Bird, and he has it knocked away by Lewis. Lewis, the underhanded pass, and Simpson scores. These backups were a little fun to watch these last few minutes.
Yeah, they sure were.
But the game has come to an end, and it's the New Haven Bulldogs who win this one. They are moving on to the sectional championship in Class 4A, Sectional 21. That's tomorrow night against Homestead. New Haven beat Homestead in the finals last year. Could be a fun matchup when these two teams take the court tomorrow night.
Absolutely. New Haven's going to have to play the best game they've played the entire season. They're going to have to get some help from Homestead in that process. But New Haven has had the blueprint on how to beat Homestead over the last couple of years. So can they repeat that? They're going to have outstanding guard play tomorrow. And for Homestead, just keep doing what they're doing. Get the ball to Lawyer. Get the ball to Mr. Goody. And we saw guys off the bench. They had a very balanced scoring attack this evening against their team they played earlier this evening here at Columbia City. So it should be an interesting matchup.
Well, for our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game, I don't know how you don't go with Thomas Latham.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if I didn't keep track of rebounds, but I think he was probably pretty close in the rebound category as well. He had 28 points tonight. No three-pointers for him. Everything in the paint, which is good for New Haven and good for him. And congratulations to him. I think he's been my Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game a few times this year. So New Haven with a big win.
So the stage is just about set for our sectional championship here in Class 4A, Sectional 21. It's New Haven versus Homestead. For tonight, New Haven will celebrate this win, 77-63 actually over Wayne. Victory for New Haven as they move on to the sectional championship. They go to 15-7 on the season. That's going to do it for tonight. For my broadcast partner, Ryan Dellinger, and my camera operator, Tyler Sorg, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Columbia City. Again, Wayne wins at 77-65 here on SummitCitySports.com.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.